You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Rising Star After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Rising Star After Show.
Michelle Obama, purse so heavy, getting over $. Boss. Michelle Obama, purse
Hello,
so heavy,
everybody.
getting over
You are watching and listening to AFTERBUZZ TV's Rising Star After Show. This is Week 7, Sudden Death. I'm Jason Ikeler,
Hey guys, I'm Heather Joy Smith.
and we're coming into the lovely sounds of Fifth Harmony. On our booth tonight, I like saying that. On our booth tonight, we got Marissa.
Woo woo! Marissa in the
Whoop, whoop.
house.
What's
yeah.
So we don't have to worry about battles anymore, or duels, or auditions. It's down to like just a regular sort of competition show. So how it worked was the first 7 got to go, and they were safe. And then after that, you had to raise the wall to beat the lowest score.
Yep. It was interesting tonight because I wasn't quite sure how they were going to incorporate the wall into the whole competition.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
I definitely feel like the people who had to sing to the wall were at a disadvantage.
I completely agree.
But they also, once you're safe, at least once you're like in the top 4, you don't have to worry about it. So that was kind of cool.
Very true.
So let's start with Macey Cates.
Okay.
She sang Who Knew by Pink. Thoughts on Macey?
I thought Macey did a really good job. The one thing that I noticed was her backup singers, I felt didn't really help her. I felt like she was singing and then they were kind of like maybe too high. I'm not quite sure, but I felt like I heard them more than I heard her.
Interesting. So she started it off. I think she started something off a cappella.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like shouting. I don't know if it was the chorus or the bridge. But I thought it took away from the song. Because you're kind of like, and a couple people did this tonight actually, but you're like, why are you singing that like that? And then when she got into the song, it almost seemed boring. And I think that was her problem. If she would have started it normal, she has the whole time to build and build up a little bit. I think because Kesha, and the last time she told her to do that, which I think is different because she had to beat somebody's score. Now she has till the end of the song basically to raise votes. And I thought she sounded, I think it was the bridge, but it sounded like she was in the bridge and out of breath and like from running around on the stage. And so I thought she started out really poorly. And it was a little bit sloppy. Her runs were kind of messy, but then I thought she got it back at the end.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on the beginning portion because I'm curious if she felt this was a strong start for her because in previous mentoring sessions, all the judges did say, you know, you got to start off strong. Mm-hmm. And this week we did find out that the mentoring sessions did not happen. So,
which I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But I think maybe that she in her mind thought, oh, I got to start off strong because this is what they told me in the past. Yeah.
I wonder if the mentors would, I think if they would have been there tonight, everybody would have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I think so.
She was in the top 7 and then didn't make it at the end. Excuse me. Which is a bummer to see her go, but I think she can have a career for sure.
Well, we don't quite know yet, at least right now.
Yeah.
She hasn't been saved by the West Coast because we
it's
still have
still
about
airing.
45 minutes left for West Coast Saved. And as we know, she's one of the people who is up for save.
So she got a 60%. Up next was Shamia, and she sang Next to Me by Emily Sandé. What'd you think about her?
I loved it. I thought it was really strong, and I guess she changed the arrangement of it, and I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but I overall liked it.
That's what I thought, because it's hard to sing current songs, and I thought she made it her own. And I kind of like, she brought like sort of a rasp to it, which isn't in the original song. My only issue was how she looked when she was singing it. This is like a happy song, and she looks scared shitless, you know?
Yeah, that's so true.
And like, I get it, you're singing for your life, but like, try to emote. And I think she sang in church and stuff, she was saying, so she should be used to like feeling things when she's singing. But I thought that was a perfect song choice for her voice.
I couldn't agree more. I think that was the perfect song for her to choose.
And it did, toward the end, get like a little sloppy with the runs. But I think overall, probably one of the best of the night.
I think overall, I think a lot of the contestants started off strong, and they did almost all of them got kind of sloppy towards the end.
Yeah, which is weird, especially with this show, because the votes keep going.
Yeah,
so
you want to
it
get
should be the
stronger.
opposite.
But I feel like maybe they start out strong, and then they realize, oh my gosh, I'm on this show, and then their nerves start to set in like
or if,
midway
like,
through.
what they had, because a lot of them planned these big moments right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And if they didn't go well, then
Maybe it went downhill.
yeah, they were like, oh well, I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
next was Joshua Peavy, and he's saying "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" by Michael Bolton.
I thought he did a great job with this, and you could tell he was very, very passionate about this and gave it his all. However, I feel like he definitely gave it his all and put every passion bit into it, but then he got winded. Because I felt like, going back, like, he started off so strong, and then I felt like he couldn't keep up the momentum.
Yeah, he was out of breath.
He was
and
out
I
of
feel
breath.
like if you're singing a song like this, if you win the show, you're going to go on to perform concerts that are an hour and a half long. You have to learn how to, like, put your all into it, but still, like, save stuff for moments at the end.
Yeah.
My only other issue is this is like a "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You?" like a kind of intense love song, and he looked way too happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually didn't notice, but that's an interesting observation.
And I don't think any of the judges actually critiqued on that tonight. But, like, a lot of these people, just because they were emoting, they weren't emoting what the song was about. And it kind of took away from it. But, I mean, vocally, he is so good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of his phrases are almost a little too intense, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to hear him take it back and, like, finesse it a little bit. But that being said, I'd say he's one of the strongest singers. I don't know how he'll do after the competition.
Yeah, I'm not
if
quite
he's
sure
super
either.
marketable.
Yeah, I agree. But he did get an 85%, so the fans do love him that are watching the show.
I think the problem, and we see people like him on all these shows all the time, is he's really good, and he's really good for a show like that. But people don't buy albums like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't really necessarily know who he is as an artist. I mean, like, he's a soulful rock singer, but, like, what can he do in the game that's different?
I kind of feel like the Michael Bolton thing was a good song choice for him, because I feel like that could have been his, like, thing back in the 90s.
In the day, yeah.
Yeah. Like, if he was, like, 96 or something, like, he totally would be on point.
Yeah. I mean, and I think he's super talented. I just think you have to, in order to be successful, you have to do something different. And I don't know necessarily what he's doing different.
Yeah.
So
We'll
up
see.
next was April Lockhart, and she sang Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Thoughts?
Well, I just love April.
She's so adorable.
She's just so cute. And I love the fact that
I'm going to steal your water.
Okay, go for it.
Continue.
We like to share things on this show.
Got a little cough.
Yeah, you're sick, by the way.
Do you want that back?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I already drank out of it.
So April, I love that she did her song Iris and then wore an eyeball shirt.
That was so cute.
It was so cute. Like, good job, April.
She sounded really good. I think she needs to work on phrasing. Because a lot of times, like, what she was singing had too much punch to it. So it was like, if you were just listening to an individual word, it would be good. But when you're singing, you have to think about, like, making it a sentence.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of going about it that way. Which is why I wish they would bring back the mentors to help them. Because I feel like somebody her age especially, how would she know that?
Yeah, and I feel like because they've only been doing this for a few weeks now, they really haven't gotten the coaching that they need to be progressing as quickly as they are for this competition.
Or, like, I think her episode was done, like, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So she has, like, a lull in between where she doesn't know, you know?
I mean, really, she had her first week, her second week, and this week.
Yeah.
That's been it. And so only 2 weeks of the 3, they had mentoring.
But I mean, I think she'll go far. Hopefully they'll bring back somebody to work with them. And I do think she needs a little bit of technique. A lot of times when she hit the high notes, they were a little under pitch. But if somebody just told her, like, use your breath to get up there, she'd be fine.
I'm just going to throw this out, but I thought she got ripped on the voting tonight.
What did she get?
She got a 71, and I think she at least deserves 80.
She was, I don't know. I'm glad, I think she deserved to be safe and make it through. I think vocally it was a little inconsistent. I think she's done better.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. What do you think about her doing a Lorde song in the future?
I think it's dangerous because they're so similar.
Okay.
Like, I get what you're saying
Yeah.
because that's the type of artist she would be.
Yeah.
But I think she's going to, because she's young and has that sort of artsy voice, she's going to be compared to Lorde.
Totally. I feel like every week we try and get her very poppy, like, pop
Yeah.
songs. And I think,
I mean, I think her voice fits better on songs like that.
yeah.
But I feel like maybe she should do, like, a Capital Cities song or something like that. That's still that, like, edgier sound. But, like, if she sings that, they're not going to compare it to the artist.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
True.
So up next was Monty Potts Molloy. And she sang Stars by Grace Potter and the Nocturnals. What did you think?
I put very good, and it was a sweet sound.
Yeah.
It was just, it was good. I thought it was good, and it was really sweet and very pretty.
Yeah. I actually thought the judges were wrong about her because I think she has a really good voice. And I think they discredit how young she is. Mm-hmm. And I think if I don't know, I feel like she could almost have a career similar to Leah Michele because she has that sort of Broadway voice and she's very young and cute and likable. I think it was almost endearing when she looked shy.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't take away from it for me. It made me want to vote for her.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that's what Luda's comment was, that she was too shy and she didn't take command of the stage. And that's why he voted down for her. I mean,
But I think she could learn
that's
that.
her. Yeah, she could learn that.
But that's why they need help, because it literally give the girl a mic stand, and I said this last week too. I think it would improve her. I think she just doesn't know what to do with her hands.
Yeah.
And so it makes it feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
She got a 68. That was pretty good.
Was she safe?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think she got
the boot.
put in the boot. Yeah. You're right.
Bummer. Poor thing.
Because it was under 70, I believe. Or no, it was under 60.
Oh, so was she safe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny, because when I was interviewing her tonight, I thought she wasn't safe. Sorry, Monty Pot. Love you, girl. So next was Dana Williams, and she sang Latch by Sam Smith. She had the same problem that Macey Cates did. She started out a cappella and strong on a song that didn't need it. And I thought it took away from, if she was going to do the electronic version of the song, I get it. Mm-hmm. But she's doing the unplugged version, and so it didn't work with it. And I think it, like, when she first started singing, you're like, ew, what is this? And then by the time, like, you realize, oh, she's actually good, the song was over.
I completely agree, because while we were watching the show, she started singing, and I turned to you and said, what song is this?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even recognize it. But once the song got going, I was like, oh, now I get
Yeah.
it now. Now I know what song this is. But at first I was like, what on earth is this? And it was, like, too slow for me. Like,
And I just want to tell people, don't sing Sam Smith.
but I thought she did good once it got started.
Yeah, but it's not as good as him. And you're just going to compare it to him.
I thought it was good.
Oh, I guess.
Don't listen to Jason.
Don't sing Sam Smith. It's like singing Adele. It's dangerous, and nobody's going to like it. Sorry. I
Agree,
love you,
disagree.
Dana, though, and I hope you get saved. Okay, so up next was Alice, and she sang The Story by Brandi Carlile.
Unfortunately, it wasn't too great, and she was the first one to get kicked off, unfortunately.
I think it's super important to know what songs work for your voice.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she probably loves, this is one of my favorite songs, she probably loves Brandi Carlile, and that's the type of music she listens to, but she has a musical theater voice that doesn't work. Like, she should sing, not a Celine song, because you shouldn't sing a Celine song either.
No.
But a ballad like that, like a big power ballad, you know?
Yeah.
Not like a folky rock song when you have that pure of a voice, because you need like a grit in your voice to do this. And it kind of like took the song and like, it's cringeworthy, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
Alice.
She only got a 40%, and unfortunately that wasn't enough, and she was the first one to not make it through.
Which is a bummer, because she is super talented.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Up next was complete opposite side of the spectrum.
Complete opposite.
Jessie Kinch, who sang Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. And that was insane.
Insane. Best performance of the
Ever.
entire night.
Probably of the season.
of the season.
And that song has been covered and covered and covered, and that's everybody knows that song. So to take that and make it fresh and get everybody was so excited about it.
Yeah.
And what's so weird is when you talk to him, he's super humble and quiet.
He was. And I asked him, I said, what made you decide to do this song tonight? And he said, well, everyone kept telling me I need to do something different because he's, been doing these 60s music, and everyone said, do something different. And he said, this is a song that gets him pumped up, and that's why he chose it, and it worked.
Well, and I feel like that's what his album will sound like.
Totally. I think exactly. Hands down, that is his song. He needs to do more like that.
That was so good. And I think he did exactly right. He honored the original song, but he still made it his own.
Yep.
Loved it.
Loved it.
I think everybody.
Yeah.
Loved
I
it.
don't know if there was one person that did not like that.
If they did,
actually,
we don't like you.
There was 12% of people that didn't like it. So you 12 people or 12%? Yeah. What were you thinking?
They weren't. That's the problem.
No.
What did he get? An 88?
He got 88.
Was that the highest of the night?
Yes.
Good for you, Jesse.
Yep.
So the two highest of the night were Jesse and
Austin French.
Austin.
My boy.
And
Austin.
Josh.
And Josh.
So it was 3 boys in the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So up next was Meghan Tibbets. She sang Home by Mark Broussard. Same note I want to give to her that I gave to Alice. Just because you like the song and you have if you have good taste in music, doesn't mean that's where your voice fits.
Yeah. I think it was a really risky choice for her tonight.
She should have sang like a Joni Mitchell song. Like something like that goes up high, but you don't have to have like a huge voice for it. Mm-hmm. Because it was too soulful for her.
I wrote down nothing special. I just was like,
In that song, I don't know if you know this song, but this song, like, if you hear Mark Broussard do it, it builds and it's super powerful, and it's one of those songs, like, you feel like you're at church at the end of it. And I'm sorry, Megan, she ripped the soul out of it.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me.
No.
Which is a bummer, because she's super talented,
she's
too.
super talented. But
that's why they need to be mentored, because I want to mentor them. And I told a couple what to sing next week, so we'll see if it works.
See if they take your
If anybody
choices.
sings Demi Lovato, or what did I tell Audrey Kate to sing?
You told Shamia to sing Demi Lovato.
Yeah,
and she was like, "What?"
She's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Look it up." So if she does
Skyscraper.
Demi, if she does Skyscraper. But what did I tell Audrey to do?
I can't remember what exact song.
I'm gonna watch that back. Watch our interviews that are gonna be online tomorrow, and they might listen to me, and I might change the competition. So up next was ELISA Punch, and she sang "Girl on Fire," and she got the West Coast save last time. I love her. She's just so happy to be in the competition. Yeah. I liked with the song when they did the Jamaican flair to it.
I totally love that.
But it was only for like 20 seconds. I think if she would have stuck through that, her dancing would have made more sense with the song. But she just looked so excited to be there that it was like, you didn't know if you should laugh or like laugh. Because it was so awkward.
I really, really wish she would have just stood there with her mic stand and just belted the heck out of this song. Yeah. No dancing. I think the dancing was very distracting.
Unless they were going to go with the Jamaican flair. Exactly. That would have worked.
Then it would work, but she was dancing prior to that, and I just don't think it worked. I mean, because the song could be so powerful.
Yeah, and I thought she started out super... She was the one person very strong.
First reaction. Yeah. I think I remember sitting there watching it, and I literally was like, whoa.
Whoa, and then you're like, why are you moving like that?
And then I was like, no,
stop
dancing
around. Please, it's not worth it. Yeah, so she didn't make it either.
Yeah, she got 59%.
But I wish she could just hone that energy because she's super talented.
Yeah.
Poor thing. So up next was Audrey Geiger, and she sang Big Big Bang, and nobody liked her song choice. I actually loved it, which is weird because I know you shouldn't do like a mid-tempo song on a show like this, but I think that type of song is what her voice fits in perfectly. And this was the first song she sang in the competition where I wasn't comparing her to the artist.
Yeah, because she was completely different than everybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure how I feel about the song choice. I think it was good on the one hand because it did fit her voice so well. But at the other hand, I'm not really sure if that's a great song to sing on this kind of show.
Yeah, I get that because, like, what Brad was saying, like, you have to have the money song.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it would have turned out different had the wall been raised the whole time, and she could interact with because this was a song she could have been running around the stage on. And I just think it was good because this is the first time she looked like she was like letting go on stage. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so too. And the interesting thing on this was Luda and Kesha both waited till the very, very last minute or second to swipe yes on her to actually raise the wall because they just didn't know either. It was just so...
I'm glad they did because she's probably the strongest
She is.
female singer.
Yeah.
Her and I guess Shemay is really good too, but like consistently, they're both really good.
And she's so unique and has her own style that I think after the show, there's no question like what her music's going to sound like. We already know, and we already know that there could be like a little niche for that somewhere.
It's always interesting to me on these shows, especially when you talk to the people. Some people go into these shows and literally know what they're going to sing till the end. And like Audrey was saying, she has no idea. Mm-hmm. And so it'll be interesting to see which path she takes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she could go down a lot of different roads.
Yeah. We'll see. It'll be interesting with her. But she got knocked off, or she knocked off Macey Cates, which was huge for everybody.
I felt so bad for Macey Cates, but I do feel like Audrey had a better night than her.
I do too, yeah. She was way better tonight.
But we don't know. I'm going to assume the West Coast will save Macey or Dana.
Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those two. I don't really see anybody else.
I think they'll save Dana because I think Macey's at a disadvantage because she went first before Dana.
Yeah. ELISA Punch has a lot of fans too, and she was very, very, very close. All of them are within 1% of each other.
Oh.
So
it's going to be down to
It's going to be down to probably the
what time is it?
Decimal point.
We won't know by the time we're done here.
No.
Bummer.
So
we could be right. We could be wrong.
we don't know.
We'll never know.
Ah.
Next up was your boy, Austin French. And he's saying If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys.
I just love Austin. I mean, he is just one of the nicest people that I have ever talked to. I swear, he is just so sweet. And he's always just like so happy to be there. Like, this is the best day of his whole entire life. And I just love that about him.
He's super talented.
Yes.
You know how there's a lot of girls that are just sort of like basic bitches?
Jason keeps saying this to me, and I don't believe it.
I love you, Austin, and I think you're great. He is like every other white guy with a guitar that we've seen on these singing competition shows. Like, he's a dime a dozen, and I hate to say that, but Philip Phillips, God, I'm blacking out.
Yeah, because you can't think of any, because there's only Philip Phillips.
Because there's so many. Chris Allen.
No.
Chris
Allen's different than Austin is.
Not really.
Yeah, he's like more alternative.
They both love Jesus and they play the guitar. They're very similar. It's not that he's not talented. It's just that I don't think he brings anything different that we haven't seen before.
Well, I'm going to say that I thought this was an excellent song choice for him given the circumstances that he got married this weekend.
That is crazy that he got married this weekend, which I also think takes away from his sex appeal. He should have just waited till after the competition. No. Like, just wait. It's still
the only comment I wrote down on my notes for Austin was, I just love Austin. That was it. That was my notes.
I'm trying to help Austin have a successful career in the music industry. He needs to annul the marriage. I'm just kidding.
No.
Unless he shouldn't have got married yet. Because he needs to be a sex symbol.
Whatever.
The sex
I still love him, and he's married.
Youth pastor or whatever he is, music pastor.
Whatever.
He's good though. He has a good voice.
Good.
He's just sort of basic. I'm sorry. I think you're a really nice person.
He got an 86% tonight, people. So that was the second highest of the night.
Yeah.
So that's not too basic, is it, Jason?
Well, I'm just saying Chris Allen won American Idol, but where is he? Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, let's move on.
Finally, final of the night was Sonette Simmons, and she sang Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey. And again, just because you like a song does not mean you should sing it. This was a horrible song for a singing competition because Lana Del Rey is like a song you like listen to at Coachella, not like a song that you try to win over families in America.
Yeah.
And her voice was just not good on the song. And she's super talented, but it was super pitchy. She should be singing like Sarah McLachlan or something. I don't know. It wasn't good.
Week after week, we keep saying she needs to sing Sarah McLachlan, and she's not singing anything even near that.
Because this came across, Lana Del Rey is very like, you're vibing out when you listen to her. And the way Sonnet did it was just super shouty. Mm-hmm. And then when she would shout, she would go flat. And there were certain points where I'm like, oh, she just hit that note really well. But overall, it wasn't good. And usually on these shows I save the best for last.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I just really wasn't.
There's a fly. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, but
Brad didn't like it either.
no, which bums me out because she was one of my favorites. Looking forward to seeing her sing.
I liked her all the other weeks, I feel
yeah.
like, but yeah, I just don't know if this was her strongest week and when she needed
And
to be the
who
strongest.
is telling them, ABC, you can call Heather and I, and we will consult, because this was not a good idea, Sonnet. I'm sorry. You can do better than that. You're a talented girl.
I'm curious if going forward, now that we're down to just, 7, if the mentors are going to spend more time with them.
I
each
hope.
week, because I feel like this is the point where they really, really need, if they're going to do something with these contestants after the show and give them a record deal, like they really need to spend time with them, really groom them a little more.
Well, and it's interesting because this seems like right now the only show, like The Voice, and when X Factor is on, you're mentored by your coach. Idol, they have like Randy Jackson doing it, and then like people from the record company. These kids are funding for themselves, and I think they need somebody, especially because it's not like they get to sing their own songs. A lot of them write their own songs, but they're covering other artists, so they need somebody else's input.
Now, okay, so you also do American Idol and The Voice.
Mm-hmm.
How many weeks are they in that compared to the 10 weeks that Rising Star is?
Well, actually, The
or?
Voice, I think we're going to get to see them more than we do on The Voice, actually, for the show.
Okay.
Idol, it's like the top 13 and then 12, and it's just one a week. The Voice is like top 16 and then top 4.
But how many weeks consecutively is the show going on for?
I think The Voice is longer than Rising Star.
Yeah.
But there's so many battle rounds that you don't see.
You don't see them all every week.
So I think we'll end up seeing these kids a little longer than we do on The Voice. Not as long as Idol.
Interesting.
But, so do you want to get into some predictions?
Sure.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I guess we can predict who's going to get saved.
Yeah.
Because we find out in approximately
10 minutes.
11 minutes. Okay, I'm going to say Dana gets saved.
I'm going to have to agree with you with Dana. I think second would be Macey Cates over ELISA Punch.
I agree.
And the rest I don't think have a chance.
No, poor
to get
things.
saved. Yeah, I think they're too far down.
And I think I think a lot of the people that are in the top 7, 8 right now are have the personality and the artistry, and that kind of goes together.
I was going to say, I think the West Coast is going to vote for Dana because she is so likable.
Yep. But Macey Cates does have a huge
She has
Instagram
a huge
and Twitter
following. Yeah. So that will be interesting. It'll be
and
very
April is putting her support toward her too.
And a lot of people like April. So it could go
Well,
Macey. We'll
TBD.
see.
We'll find out, and we'll let you know next week. Until then, for news and gossip, all of our red carpet interviews are going to be up tomorrow on AfterBuzzTV.com and on YouTube as well. You can find Heather and I on social media. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Heather Joy Smith.
And I am coughing. And on Instagram and Twitter at Jason Ikeler. And AfterBuzz TV is on everything at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.